Известная во всем мире b-boing.
Okay. Thank you very much for coming. Also, I see that you look. I never been into that part of country.
Никогда она здесь в этой части страны не была. И вообще в этой части Европы я не видел.
And I'm very happy to see how is your mentality.
И очень рад, что видно наблюдать ментальность нашу.
Because I see that people want to learn and to understand what's
Люди
going
хотят
on.
учиться и понимать.
Because I think it's new for you in your country.
Потому что это ново для вашей страны.
Because in fact, for you, the original is like new generation. So
Она говорит,
dedication for this guy.
первая волна началась с нас. Не так давно.
Because I think that those people is more important than maybe me, because they are in your country. No, I know. I just know the thing. You translate.
Окей. Она говорит, что начало этого дали, это тоже важно. Вот и я сказала.
Yeah. So that's why me here, I want just to explain you how was my scene in France. And
Я хочу вам сказать о том, как это начиналось во Франции.
And especially how the hip hop came to my country and how
Как хип-хоп пришел во Францию.
and how it can be developed in my country.
И как насколько она развилась до сегодняшнего дня.
Yeah. So first of all, me, I'm very proud to be European.
Я очень горжусь тем, что я представляю Европу.
Because I know that this hip hop came from America, right?
Потому что, как все знают, хип-хоп произошел из Штатов.
So, in fact, when he came to Paris, in France, we are touched by this culture.
Но когда хип-хоп коснулся Франции, захватило эйфория.
Yeah, because the way in France we are living, there is lots of immigrants, lots of people from all over the world who comes.
Как вы знаете, во Францию приезжают много мигрантов с разных стран.
Yeah. So for you, maybe it's different. First of
Здесь
all,
немножко все по-другому.
the first thing different for me is just to see that it's only white people.
Я вообще не хочу наблюдать только белых людей.
And us in France is more is lots of different colors.
Разных цветов.
It's like America. That's why I just want to explain you that
Как в Америке.
that hip hop came there more because we were hard living, big family. Me, my family is 9 brothers and sisters.
У меня есть братья и сестры.
Yeah.
Очень трудно жить.
And also the family don't speak French.
И в семье все говорят по-французски.
Yeah, the woman, I'm Muslim also,
Она
so
мусульманка.
the woman must be like at home.
Они должны быть, значит, должны быть дома и так далее. Свои правила.
Yeah, so that's why when I see hip hop, it was for me a way to go away and
А для
myself.
нее хип-хоп это был как уход от этого всего, какая-то определенная свобода.
So that's why in France, that culture was really, really important for that people.
Поэтому для таких людей, как она, эта культура хип-хопа была очень важна.
So now the time goes and it's
И
different.
как после того, как прошло много времени, немножко все поменялось.
Yeah, now it's touching everybody.
У нас сейчас хип-хоп просто придется по всему миру.
It's not only social thing.
Это не только социальная такая вещь.
Okay. So that's why I want to explain you the context. That's why I just tell
Она
you
хотела
that.
предварительно сказать важно, чтобы было более понятно.
So when in France the hip hop came, it was a tour called with Futura Demi and not Rocksteady,
Рокстеди,
and
это все как началось,
New
да?
York City Breakers
Как все началось.
and all of them. So they
Нью-Йорк
came.
Сити Брейкерс и так далее.
So they came in France in
Они приехали во Францию
in 82.
в 1982 году.
So I think that England, France,
Англия, Франция,
and Germany
Германия,
and Scandinavia,
Скандинавия.
I think for me that was the four
По моему мнению, это
in
четыре,
Europe where hip hop goes.
да, четыре наиболее распространенные
And Italy also, but after
для хип-хопа стран. Да.
differently. But I think after America, the big city of hip hop is France.
Forse America.
Because they sell lots of music. Everybody produce a lot of music. The way we are dressing and everything is big. So there, when hip hop came there, people was crazy in the hoods and everything was like, oh, we want to dance, we want to sing that. But we saw them, the old school of my generation, the old school, the 80s, people saw them just one time, American just once. So no video, nothing. So no video, nothing. So after the people in France, they were like, okay, so we love that, but we have to learn how to do it and how to practice. So that's why after us, the old school from France, they developed a certain style that maybe you don't know about, that lots of people do. Yeah, I think especially the continuous breaking in American, I think it was different the way they're breaking, because the way they go, the attack is more like freeze like this, an attitude like this. In France, we don't know nothing, so we were more like, we don't care, we just go like this down the floor, and then that was really different the way we go on the floor. And for hip hop, it's the most important to have your own way to go. The way you want to break is from your country. Don't see too much YouTube and everything because it's killing your creativity. Because of no information that gives you that bring a style. So in France, we always talk about the flow. No power, no character, but the flow. So the flow for us, we use a lot of moves like this. This is typically French. Yeah, and that's the French who developed that style after people who met, the original from France. Like Germans, like Battle Squad, and after in Scandinavia, in England, everywhere. We are the most country more, far from America. Because no one speaks English, no one. The old school from the ghetto, no one speaks English. French is okay, so no English, So that's why. Yeah, so that's why we don't. Connection is very hard. Yeah. So we can't learn what they say because. Yeah. And so for us, the most important is the flow. The flow. So the flow never stops. Yeah, we never stop. When we break, no like this crushing, no. Flow. No. It's like water or cats. You know what I mean? So you can do it longer, but you go flow. Then you go like this. Then you go like this. Then you go like this. And then you go. You know what I mean? It's just like this, and you continue. You don't stop, like freeze and everything. We were all the time continue. And also is to have your personality, what you do. Because in fact, all the moves, everything, everybody have done it already. So, but
делаете, и делаете оригинально.
It's your personality.
И ваша личность.
So don't try to say, oh, okay, she does it like, maybe inspiration, very good.
Да,
Perfect.
вдохновение хорошо, как и на предыдущих.
Because if you imitate, you can learn.
Вы можете учиться, имитировать, но
But up to a point, you need to be yourself.
вы должны быть сами собой.
Yeah. And in France, it was like this because
И во Франции именно так было.
people were fighting just for one move.
Люди, да, били друг друга за один элемент.
Yeah. And especially people don't practice in the same way. If this is
Все
my
тренируются
crew,
по-разному.
you stay in your hood there. You don't come to my place.
Так как вы в своем портале тренируетесь, не приходите ко мне, я здесь.
Because my school is my moves,
То
and
есть
your
здесь моя школа,
school is
это
your
моя
move.
территория, я здесь тренируюсь по-своему.
Yeah, because after, if we battle, we have everything's the same. What is the difference?
Потому что если падали мы одинаковыми,
Yeah.
что лучше?
So there's no difference. So what is Ukrainian style?
А она спрашивает, в чем украинский стиль?
You see what I mean? And after I said, yeah. But when I say style, is a way of doing it. It's
То
not
есть это ваш подход к тому, как вы это делаете. То есть вот о чем мы спрашиваем.
because we have all the same style. It's breaking style. You know?
У всех одинаковые элементы, но стиль разный.
Okay.
Да, это
So,
правда.
back then, I don't have lots of moves, lots of.
Тогда она не умела много делать,
But that was my moves.
но то, что она умела, это были ее элементы.
And I know that if you go in hip hop, this is what I bring with me. You know, what I put in the table something new.
Она, можно сказать, это то, о чем ты говоришь. Это то, твое
Yeah.
слово.
And when people see me like this, oh, that's hurricane.
И когда видят люди другие, они говорят, это хоккейная ее фишка.
Also, secondly, me, I'm not a woman talking to you. I'm just human. I'm a human, but I'm a
Я
woman.
сейчас не как женщина с вами разговариваю, а просто как личность.
So I don't want to see, especially I'm talking to diggers.
Сейчас получается бгirls.
Don't think that we have to see each other like what a big girl, what a big girl.
Мы
No.
не смотрели друг на друга.
In my
Что она делает,
generation, there was one scene: bigger, b-boy, everybody
да?
together.
В моем поколении не было разделения бгirl и b-boy. Была просто культура. Все танцевали вместе.
So I don't want to look like a woman. I'm a woman. That's okay.
Ну, она женщина, вот,
He's a man, so
он мужчина.
of course that's the difference.
Только в этом разница.
But I don't want a guy to tell me, oh, you're a girl. Blah, blah,
Я
blah.
не
No,
хочу,
fuck
чтобы
you.
парень
I can do
определил.
that. So that's very important. So that's why I give you my experience of breaking. Because me, I was
Она не своим опытом.
I wasn't one of the first girl going through guys. I don't care. I didn't say like, oh, I'm a woman, so I know that they did nothing to me. The level is okay if I do that. No, my level, I want to make scared the guys the way I'm breaking.
Она хочет, чтобы парни боялись, как она называет.
Yeah. So how is named my name is not because I go into the crew.
Как она сделала свое имя, это
I never wanted to go into a crew.
она никогда не была в команде.
Because the guy, they want to control me.
Потому что парни не контролируют.
And especially you got two type of things. So if you're a girl, you have to be the girlfriend.
Если девушка красавица,
Or
то
otherwise,
девушка
they want to control you. So me, it was
девушка
different. My
такая.
mentality was not like this. So,
Она не хотела.
yeah. So that's why I said, no, okay. I was always with the old school and everybody, you know, from Actua Force,
Тусовалась со всеми
PCB.
скучными.
That's all my people because I learned watching all of those people.
И она научилась наблюдать за ними.
But I think that for a woman, especially a woman, we need to be independent. That's
Но
very
для
important.
женщины считать нужно быть независимой.
Yeah. And my style of breaking, of bigger, it was more hardcore.
Ее стиль это хардкор, ну, все знают.
Yeah. But it's not that I try to be like hardcore, like wow, I'm
Жесткая.
that's just my blood is like this.
Это просто у нее в крови.
Yeah. I'm North African, so we are exciting a little bit. You know how French are.
Предки из Южной Северной.
Yeah, a little bit arrogant, but this is not a thing that we try to do. We just have to be ourselves, and this is
Просто должны быть сами собой.
And this is how to be free, in fact.
Это то, что дает нам свободу.
And in fact, I did my name, not like, oh, she did this battle, let's go to YouTube to see. No, you will never see my face because I never put my face. Because hip hop for me is this. Is this. If we don't share all together, like I'm close to you, yeah, if I'm not close to you, there's no hip hop. That's not hip hop. Yeah. And so I did my name into the ciphers.
Она создала свое имя в кругах.
For me, that was the things to be like to give our name, our reputation is the ciphers.
То есть наша репутация — это все то, что мы делаем в кругах.
Because first there was no judges,
Не было тогда ни судей, ни
and there was
судей.
not 2-3 rounds.
И не было никаких раундов.
No.
Два или три.
If you go, that was stressing. Because you go in a cipher, you don't know when it stops.
Когда заходишь в круг, ты не знаешь, когда все закончится.
And the guys in France and everywhere I went, they were really hardcore.
И все очень были крутые во Франции, когда мы на небе.
Yeah, women or no women, they slap you, they don't care. You know, they just.
Могли бы дать
I mean, they don't slap you, but you know.
ударить женщину, грубо говоря.
So if you go and you just do like hardcore like this, no, you have just to think.
Вот так себя ведешь, откуда?
The important was the floor.
Самое важное — это то, что ты делаешь.
Only respect the floor,
Все уважение получаешь.
nothing else.
Танцпол.
So that's why I was battling all the b-boys.
Она продавала себе б-boing.
Yeah, if they take my moves, because usually we go to.
Если они правильные фишки,
There was a place in Paris,
было такое место,
very famous. If you go there, it's called La Rotonde.
ну, название вот.
So it's called La Rotonde. It's the center of Paris.
Это в центре Парижа.
And the original of France, like PCV and Actual Force, they made that place with a lot of b-boys that you don't know, but they made a lot from, France.
Эти вот имена, которые назвала команда, какого разного?
The names? So, La Rotonde.
Ну, окей.
They got it.
And the PCV, or PCV,
Yeah.
PCV and Actual Force. Yeah.
Вот
They're both guys.
парни, которые,
Yeah.
возможно, не знаете, но они сделали крутую культуру.
Yeah, like there was also like a fantastic breakers. There was a lot of crew, but in France we are not like very crew like organized because we got no discipline, not
У них нет
organization.
особой дисциплины и организации.
So you want to go? Okay, let's go. So my crew is this.
Пошли потренируемся, просто окей.
So in fact we are all friends and all enemies, and we are all breaking together because the scene was not like a big like
То есть
now.
не было много очень людей в этом судействе.
My generation is is the 90s, so I began to break
Это поколение 90-х
in 91.
и 91-х.
91. But the first thing it was in 88 I began to dance like disco funky dance.
Disco funky dance.
Yeah, I was not like doing like this, and it was like club. That was the late 80s and early 90s. So me, my family, there was listening that funky music. Yeah, like Shalamar and all of that music, famous at this time. So when I was young, I was listening this music, and then after I saw breaking, and I was like, oh, I want to learn this.
И она увидела брейкинг и сказала, я хочу этим заниматься.
Yeah, and I learned a little bit by little bit. So after, so to have our style is not 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. No, it's many years to know.
Это долгосрочная работа, долгогодичная.
And you don't need everything, so that's why you made your style. So my style was like hardcore first, like a bigger.
То есть ее стиль был жестким.
Because the biggers that were more like cool, all the American girl that was good in breaking, very good, like style, American style. But me, I was like more like a hardcore, going to your face, yeah, go ahead. So I was like, so the way and I was go fast, because the girl are slow sometimes. And in fact, breaking is dynamic, so we have to be dynamic. Yeah, so you have to learn. Yeah, and France is dynamic, like quick. I mean, like a lot of and fluidity and flow, continuous flow.
Станислав.
That's it.
Голосование с русским. Да, надо просто продолжительное слово.
Yeah. So this is the history of what's happening.
Это вот история русского хип-хопа.
Okay, so in 2000 in France,
В
everything
2000 году во Франции
in France the scene changed totally
все поменялось на
because there was a lot of battles.
много происходило база.
Yeah, so the young people like you guys
Вот
wanted to
такие
go.
парни, вы, да,
They want the notoriety
они хотели славы,
the visibility
ну, чтобы их узнавали.
quickly. So they wanted to do big moves,
Они хотели делать
and they forget
большие шоу.
the style and how
Они
it's
забыли,
started, and all the foundation.
да, основу и откуда все произошло.
Yeah, and all the foundation and stuff. So everybody had new heroes into our country and from outside also.
И появились новые герои.
Yeah. So in fact, they changed the way of breaking and they changed the
Они
way
поменяли направление развития.
of watching hip hop because after that it was only breaking
После этого был только брейкинг.
and nothing about hip hop.
Ничего, ни слова о
So
хип-хопе.
there was a lot of guys from metal music that came and I want just to learn how to break
А многие парни там даже металлисты, которые
and
учат это.
and a lot of
Пару движений.
and a lot of gymnastic people.
И гимнастов.
And I thought that was easy because you can
Ну,
do
для них
like
было легко,
this.
потому что они делали физические упражнения,
Yeah. So that's easy. But they forgot something,
но они забывали как главное, ну,
that breaking is a style
что брейкинг это стиль.
and this is dance.
Это танец.
Because if I want to do breaking, and when I was young, my mother can't pay me, lessons to go to do gymnastics. It was too much expensive.
Моя мать не могла позволить мне отправить на гимнастику, потому что это было
So
дорого.
I was like, oh, breaking, this is for us
Она
because
решила, что брейкинг это как раз для нее,
this is style,
потому что это стиль.
and everybody has got style
И все, у всех был стиль.
because that's your personality.
Это ваша личность, самобытность.
So after that, no one had his own reputation by the ciphers.
Поэтому все построили свою репутацию в кругах.
And everybody gets his own respect because they do
И все начали уважать
an international battle or a national battle.
интернациональных бандах.
And everybody say, oh, they're very good.
И все говорили, ой, они крутые.
But in fact, they just go to practice and they learn a choreography.
Они просто идут на тренировку и
And they
учат
go
хореографию,
and they go battle and they do it.
и потом их слонят на базе.
But if you practice with them, you see that lots of like a baby freeze, it was hard for them, you know?
Но, да, если вы были на тренировке, вы увидели, что бэби фриз просто обычный.
So,
Это было сложным делом.
I'm a little bit hard there in Paris, in France, because of that,
Это было сложно во Франции.
because there is two schools now, here and here.
Потому что мы имеем две школы сейчас.
There is hip hop school
Хип-хоп школа
and there is another. I don't know what they want to call it.
And what?
But another.
Another.
и другая
They're not
школа,
named because it's different.
которая даже не видно, как она называется.
So for me, hip hop is just one family.
Для нее это семья, хип-хоп это семья.
So even if you're from another country, we are close because we understand the same
Потому
thing.
что мы должны понимать друг друга, если мы даже из разных стран.
And I think for me, ciphering is the best way to see hip hop, to see breaking.
То есть в кругу,
That's
у
how,
них лучше возможности
yeah,
брейк-данс и брейк.
that's the original way of breaking. That's natural way of sharing.
Настолько честно, естественно и оригинально.
Yeah. And there is a real discussion into a
Это как
cycle.
общение, диалог.
Okay. If I do a footwork with the baby, you do a footwork with the baby and a swipe. And if you do a baby with a swipe, I show you the swipe like this,
Ну, то, что
etc.
говоришь, если вопрос-ответ, кто-то приходит делать бэйби, потом свип, ты свип делаешь немножко другой вариации, рассказывайте, вопрос-ответ, диалог.
So that's a discussion.
Да.
That's why you see, oh, that's nice. I have to learn something. I have to do this one like this. When I see him again, I have a new move. That gives you
Да,
inspiration.
дает вдохновение, что ты сейчас такой встретитесь, и вы ему ответите чем-то интересным.
And also, it's so natural because you freestyle it.
И естественно, все это вытекает процессе фристайла.
Me, I'm freestyling all the time.
Она все время фристайлит.
And that's the best way to surprise people.
А это, наверное, то, что чем можно учить людей.
When I began to break, I was power moves.
Когда начинала заниматься поворотом,
I was like, no, me, I'm a girl, I want to do head spin, and wear
я девушка, я могу
so I used to do
вращаться в голове и
this,
так далее.
you know, all of that moves. But after,
Но после,
when I began to understand, I was like,
того, как я начал понимать,
oh no, this is not breaking.
это не брейкинг.
This is breaking, but that's another part that I have to bring.
Но это только часть того, что мы должны взять.
It's just dance. It's just
Но на
dance.
самом деле это
Because
больше.
power move, it's normal.
Формула это нормально.
But it's just something with in a bigger pocket, you know, I mean, in a big bag.
Но это только составная часть большого кармана, в который может сбросить много чего.
So if you break the dance,
Если у вас есть танец,
you are a bigger. That's it. You can do whatever you want.
это главное.
So that's fine. So after that, I want to go to my organization. It's Just4rockers.
Ее организация Just4rockers.
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 Yeah. And I did it just because for the community more than the mainstream.
Они общаются больше с людьми, чем просто быть в мейнстриме.
Yeah. Because if we don't save this way of breaking like ciphers,
Потому что если мы не сохраним этот подход
maybe in
общения в кругах и развития
in
культуры,
couple of years that will be only a sport
это через пару лет станет просто спортом.
and only athletic people.
И только атлетически подготовленные люди будут этим
Okay.
заниматься.
Everybody like doing push-up and
Ну,
everything.
как люди, которые просто занимаются, общаются.
That's good because your body needs to be healthy when
Это
you
хорошо,
are.
что мы укрепляем тело, это нуждается в упражнениях определенных, но
But there is this artistic part also,
есть креативная часть этого всего
and we are artists also.
и самовыражение. Мы артисты.
So if we're not, and this is the difference between being artists, even if it looks like a sport,
Даже если это выглядит как спорт, все равно
and
должен быть артистом.
and a sport guy, I mean, sport has, you know. So that is the difference. And I think if we don't have the now, my scene it was only ciphers, okay, little battle like this.
Это были только другие годы.
But now 2013, of course, evolution.
И сейчас это новый
New
этап,
people,
рост,
biggest scene hip hop all around
а
the
это
world.
распространяется на более высоком уровне по всему миру,
But we need to keep this alive.
но нам нужно сохранить.
And no problem if we do competition. It's not a problem.
Если будет соревнование, это нормально, но она говорит, что как другие исконные вещи, грубо
In
говоря.
a competition, it's important just the way you dance.
Соревнование важно то, как ты танцуешь.
Yeah. So if you dance, that's good.
Просто танцуйте.
But if you just doing like flips, that's not dance no more.
Ну, если только брюки, то это не танец.
You lose the music already, you know.
Вы не попадаете в музыку.
Okay, so Just4rockers, what we do is just a jam for b-boys, only b-boys and b-girls.
Just4rockers организовывает джем для бибоев. Только для бибоев.
There is no public for people.
Нет аудитории там никакой.
So that means that no one is like here to be,
Никто не хлопает.
you know. And people don't give you the direction to dance in a certain way.
И поэтому это не заводит, аплодисменты не ведут вас в определенный путь развития.
No one is waiting for you doing some
Никто не
crazy.
ждет от вас каких-то нереальных трюков.
Everybody is just waiting for you being yourself and free and freestyle and dance
Все
and
просто
have fun.
хотят, чтобы были чувствовали себя раскрепощенно и свободно.
And also this is only for real school.
Это то, что называется настоящая школа.
So all the people who are doing this, like, but I mean, it's like this, you don't translate that. So, I mean, there is a lots of ciphers everywhere. I mean,
То есть везде, если он всегда организуется круги,
yeah, but it's not cipher just like, there is a cipher and some people are sitting like this, watching, and you go
не просто люди, которые по кругу
like
сидят и
this,
все,
and you do, no. It's a cipher, everybody is up.
когда все стоят.
everybody is dancing, like going to the floor, and then, you know, like dancing really, you know, not like a practice cipher. This is very important.
Не просто как тренировочный